recording. We will be continuing the classes next month. They will be getting the printed out of this. Therefore, they all don't have to get a printout, right? Whatever the things that we discussed today, that you all can nicely write it somewhere and later copy down it to the tute. Okay, right. So today that we are going to continue from the place where we stopped the last week class. Already that I have sent two recordings. I have uploaded two recordings. On YouTube, and for the people who have already missed the previous two classes, day 1 and day 2, they can watch the recording, right? They can watch the recording. And today that we are starting the day 3, right? Today that we are starting the day 3 of your business studies, right? First topic that we have to understand today is profit. So you all know what is profit. It is really simple. For example, from my classes, if I earn 100,000, that is my income. Am I clear? You all have to understand that is my income. And if the cost for me is, we'll say, around 40,000. If the cost is around 40,000, that is an expense. Am I clear? That is an expense. Therefore, what is my profit? If I deduct my expense, from my income, the profit would be how much? The profit would be 60,000. What is my profit? My profit is 60,000. Therefore, what is the simple meaning of profit? Profit means how profitable the business is. That means profit is the revenue that exceeds the expenditure. Whatever the revenue means income, right? Income, adayam. In Tamil we call it as varavu, right? Whatever the income that we are earning, if that exceeds the expenditure, right, that means there is a profit in your business. Am I clear? If the expense is too much, for example, I am earning 100,000 but I am spending 150,000 for this class, tell me whether is that profit or is that a loss? Tell me whether is that a profit or is that a loss? If I am earning 100,000 but I'm spending 150,000, what do you think, right? Am I experiencing a profit? Am I experiencing a loss? Excellent. Huda, Fahman gave the answers. What about others, right? Tell me, simple question, am I earning a profit or a loss? Good, right? I am earning a loss, definitely a loss, right? Okay, therefore I have to take some decisions. What am I going to do for my business in order to make sure that it earns some good profit? Profit is calculated by deducting the expenditure from the revenue. That means this is my expenditure 40,000 and the revenue is 100,000. I deduct my expenditure from my income. Very simple. Did you understand? Very simple. Right. Then we are going to learn something called resources, right? We are going to learn something called resources. What do you mean by resources? For example, right, I have a bakery. And in order to carry out the production in that bakery, I will need, right? I need so many items, right? I need so many resources. Give me 1 minute. Can you all hear that Rabana Sadde, and then can you all hear that? Because there is a parahara going over here. Can you all hear that? Okay, some of the people are telling yes, some of the people no. Give me 1 minute to check whether I can. What about others? Can you all hear that? Now can you all hear that Rabana sound? A noise? No, right? Okay, okay. So I have personalized the audio. Now I don't think that you all can hear it. Right. Okay. So if I am having a bakery, right? If I am having a bakery, in that bakery, what are the items that I am producing? For example, buns, right? Buns, cakes, and I'm producing so many items. In order to produce those items, what are the factors that I am using? Right? What are the factors am I using? Right. There was a small connection issue. Now I think that is fine, right? There was a small connection issue. Really sorry for that. Right. So I told that in this bakery, I am producing buns, cakes, and all. But the thing is, in order to produce that bun, what are the factors am I using? Am I clear? For example, I need a place. I need some machineries, ovens and beater and all. And also I need some workers. Did you understand? So like that, there are so many items which are used in the production. Am I clear? Therefore, producing bun is a process, right? Producing bun is a production process. Producing bun is a process. And under that process, what are the factors am I going to use? What are the resources am I going to use, right? Those are the factors that we are going to discuss today. So the first factor is land. You are not going to learn this in very deep in business studies. But in economics, people who are doing economics, put in the chat box. Did you all do this? Did you all do this? No. People who are doing economics. Okay, no, right. For the people who are doing economics, they will be doing it in their first lesson, right? You are going to learn it in deep. But in business studies, we are not learning this in deep. We are learning only what are the factors of production. Am I clear? Therefore, land is the first factor of production. Land means what? Land means all the natural resources, right? In the bracket, inside the bracket, write down all natural resources. For example, in order to make this factory, there is a land area, right? The premises, the land, that's it. That is a natural resource. For example, the sunlight, natural resource. The rainwater, natural resource. Therefore, what do you mean by land? According to business studies, land means all natural resources. Am I clear? Then you all are having something called labor. Who is a labor? You all know, right? The person who is making the buns, the person who is making the cakes. There has to be someone who is producing that. Am I clear? Owner can't come and do everything. There has to be a person to produce those items. So that person who is working for a salary, the person who is working for a daily wage, he is known as a labor. Did you all understand? Therefore, in a production, this labor is very, very important, because if the labor is not there, who will conduct the business activities, right? Who will bake these buns and cakes and everything? Therefore, land is important, labor is important, and also capital is important. What is capital? Capital means the machineries. In simple terms, understand that capital means the machineries. Machineries means what? Like oven. In order to bake the buns and everything, you need oven. And the beaters are there in order to mix everything. Therefore, what is capital? Capital means some kind of machineries which you use in the production process. Did you understand? You will learn this in deep when it comes to economics. But in business studies, we are not learning up to that extent. Am I clear? Right. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship means there has to be a person who is starting this business. Did you understand? There has to be a person who is initiating and starting this business. For example, in this class, I am an entrepreneur. Am I clear? I put my resources and I am the one who is starting this business. So think like an owner. He's an entrepreneur. Did you understand? So in business studies, once again, entrepreneurship we are learning in the lesson number 6. But in econ, you will be learning in lesson number 1. People who are not doing econ, no issues. Whatever the things that we are discussing under business studies won't go that deep. Right? So not like economics, we are learning only the kind of top part of the factors. We are not learning very deep. What is this? What is that? Right? In business studies, there is no very much big essay types and all. Right. Entrepreneurship. Who is an entrepreneurship? In this bakery, there has to be an owner who is understanding that I have to start a business, and he is the one who is initiating the business. Am I clear? He is the one who is initiating the business. Therefore, this entrepreneur is also important. So in economics and business studies, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship are resources. But according to business studies, there are 3 other resources. What are the resources? One is time. Time means whatever the land you are having, even though you are having the labor, right? Even though you are having the capital, but still time is a challenging factor. Did you understand? For example, when you undertake an order, you have to deliver it at the right time. If not, the customers will not come into your business again. Did you understand? Therefore, you have to manage the timing. You have to schedule for how many hours the workers are going to work for this, right? So like what? Likewise, you have to, right, manage the timing. You have to manage the timing. Therefore, time is also a resource, because how well you perform is always depend on your time. Did you understand? So same like O level and A level papers. You can do, but the challenging factor is the time. Did you understand? If you bring that paper home, you can do and get the 100 marks. But within that time, getting more than 90 is a challenging. So like that, resource, under resource, according to business studies, time is also a resource. Time is also a factor. Did you understand? Everything is done according to a time framework. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, then time, knowledge. What do you mean by knowledge? So you must have a good knowledge on how to bake the buns and cakes and everything. Did you understand? Knowledge, you know. Knowledge means your idea, right? Your talent on that field, knowledge. And then the information. What do you mean by information? Information means somewhat like news. So you have to know what about the prices that my competitors are charging. Did you understand? Competitors information. And in this Sri Lanka, are there any restrictions to import the raw materials? You are finding information. Every day you are updating your informations. You are finding new informations. You are updating your knowledge. Did you understand? Because always information is really, really important. If you are not informative, then the problem is you are very much kind of old in this business. You have to become latest. Every time you have to update your knowledge through the information. So through social media, through internet, and through various systems, ways. Did you understand? Therefore, what are the production factors? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, time, knowledge, information. Time, knowledge, information. Right. Okay, Mahadi, no issues. Right. Now give me a feedback. Did you all understand this? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, then time, knowledge, and information. Am I 100% clear? Everyone, nah? Very good. Yes. What about others? Thank you. Patta clear? Yes, sir. Understood. Then others? What about Hamdan, Shabit, Omindi? Did you all understand? Okay, fantastic. Now write down this all 7 in a paper, then put done. Very good. Now write all these 7 on a paper and put done. Then we are going into the other parts, right? So today that we'll be finishing the class at around 9. So today only for 1 hour that we are doing the class. Anyways, I'll try my level best to finish this day 3 tube, right? Okay, good. What about others? Right. Okay, done. Now we are going to understand another important topic. What are the contributions of a business to the economy? That means for the Sri Lankan economy, what are the benefits that is made by business? Did you understand? So from business, what are the positive effects to the economy? That is the one that we are going to discuss today. Did you all understand? Because of business, what are the good things? What are the positive things that will be done for an economy, for a country? Fulfilling human needs and wants. Is that correct? Yes. That means with the complexity of the people, people are expecting so many products. Did you understand? People are having various wants for their need. They are having very much different type of wants. For example, clothing is a need, and for that clothing they are demanding so many items. So this type of clothing fabric is this and the design has to be like this. So likewise they are demanding for many wants, and also the wants are really complex, not simple also. Did you understand? Therefore everything that he can't produce on his own, like old days, right? During old ancient Sri Lanka, everyone are producing whatever the things that they want by themselves, right? There was a self-economy, self-sufficient economy. But with the growth of the world, with the development of the world, people understood that this is not going to work, and there has to be something called business. Did you understand? There has to be something called business. Through business only that we can fulfill our needs and wants. So likewise, people understood that this is not going to work. There has to be something called business. Because of business only that we can fulfill our needs and wants easily. Did you understand? Then what is the second one? Contributing for innovations. For example, for the US economy, because of the innovations of Elon Musk, there are so many positive effects. That means can earn a very good income. Am I clear? Can generate a higher profit into the country. Therefore, businesses has to be there to contribute for innovations. Innovation means what? Innovation means new findings. Did you understand? New findings, improving. Am I clear? For example, those days before corona, everyone are going for the physical classes. Am I clear? They have to spend like 2 or 3 hours for traveling, 2 hours for the class, so everything like 5 hours. But with the corona, business, right? Even tuition is a business, right? So with that business, there are so many innovations, right? So today there are really good teachers who are doing classes online. There are technology that they are using. Everything is really good. So likewise, business has to be there in an economy in order to contribute for innovations. They are the ones who are bringing innovations into the country. The business is not there. Who is going to bring the innovations? There is no one to bring the innovations. Therefore, what is the second contribution? What is the second advantage of business? Contributing for innovations. Then what is the third one? Eradicate poverty. Eradicate poverty. That means in Sri Lanka, because of business, what will happen? Lot of people are going to get employment opportunities, job opportunities. Then what will happen? Automatically, their poverty. Poverty means like duppatkama, dilindukama in Sinhala we call it. And also in Tamil, what we call it as Elaigal. Elaigal, no? Poor people mean Elaigal. Therefore, because of business, what will happen? Business will generate a lot of job opportunities. Right? In an area, if someone is starting a factory, because of that factory, only not only him that will be getting benefited, also the people who are around him, he will be providing a lot of job opportunities. Because of what will happen, automatically the poverty in the country will go off with the time. Did you understand? Eradicate poverty. How they are eradicating poverty? By generating employment opportunities. Employment opportunities means what? Employment opportunities mean business opportunities. What is employment opportunities? Employment opportunities mean working opportunities. Did you all understand? If my business go into that large, even the people who did O levels with me, I will be giving some small jobs for them, right? The typing things and everything. I'm planning to do like that. So if a business is developing, what will happen is also the other people are also getting benefited out of that. That's the best part. Eradicating poverty means business will remove the poverty. Business will sweep off the poverty by generating good employment opportunities, by generating good job opportunities. Then what is the fifth one? Fifth one is to earn foreign exchange. For example, Dhammika Pereira's business, which is based on foreign countries also. So through those business, what are the good things that will happen to the society? Through Dhammika Pereira's business and everything. The good thing for the society is through those businesses, you will earn foreign exchange. He is earning dollar to the country. Did you understand? Whatever the things that we call him, still he is earning dollars to the country. He is earning foreign exchange because his business is such big, right? Such great businesses that he do. So such giant businesses. Because of that, what will happen? We can easily earn some foreign exchange into the country. Earning some foreign exchange to the country. Then what is the sixth one? Utilize local resources. Utilize local resources. Utilize local resources means if we are starting, we'll say some seafood industry business in Sri Lanka, we can easily use our resources, right? Because all around the Sri Lanka, you have the sea, right? You have the Muhuda, Kadal. All around the Sri Lanka, sea is there. So we can use our local resources if we are starting businesses in our country. Did you understand? You don't have to go and start a business somewhere and use their resources. We can use our resources productively. That is what you call utilize local resources. I'm giving an explanation. Just remember, just keep that in mind, because in business studies, if you are learning business studies and if you are weak in English, right, there can be people who are weak in English. So those people, right, must make their English. That means they have to be somewhat perfect in English, because in business studies, the way how you are writing an answer, it is the main thing which, right, tells your marks. For example, there are students, right, there are my friends who got 3 A's, but still the rank and the Z score is really less. 3A is there, but Z score is like 1.3, 1.4. But the thing is, in order to get a good Z score, more than 2.1, you have to perfect the art of writing. That means if you are a person who is weak in English, make sure that you read some books and everything, because you have time. You will have A levels in 2026, somewhere around August, September, October. Therefore, you will have another 2 years. No, nicely you can identify your mistakes and that you all can learn. Did you understand? No one is weak, right? No one is weak. Only your determination, the focus is must be there. Surely every one of you can get a good rank. Target for that and work, right? Okay. Utilize local resources means what? You can use the country's resources productively without wasting. But in Sri Lanka, very less starts business. Like most of the people are going for the job and working. Therefore, what happens? Our local resources are getting idle day by day by day. It is getting wasted. No one is there to use, right? So utilizing local resources is another good thing of a business. And the other one is development of rural community. What is development of rural community? For example, if I'm starting a factory in Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa areas, the people who are there in those areas, that means those are rural areas. Those are rural areas, really less developed, underdeveloped areas. So if I'm starting nicely a factory over there, then what will happen? They will also get some benefits, right? That means they can be developed. I will be giving the people job opportunities. Therefore, through those job opportunities, they can easily get developed. Did you understand? Therefore, development of rural community is my target. Rural community is my target. You understand? So likewise, if I'm starting the business for the rural community also, there is a benefit. Then what is the other benefit? To improve the national economy. That means all the people are having enough amount of money. They don't depend on others. Government doesn't have to give them free money. All the people are economically stable. That means everyone are having money, right, for their own needs and wants. Did you all understand? To improve the national economy. You are doing a business. Through your business, you are earning a good thing. You are giving job opportunities and the others are also earning. Therefore, what happens? As an economy, We are living as an economy, in a country. So as an economy, we are developing day by day by day because of a business. Therefore, you all have to understand business is not a simple thing. It's a nice thing to make a nice world. Did you understand? These are some of the contributions. In exams, if they ask you to write, you can write like 4 or 5. So just remember these things, and even after the today's class, go through this. Don't leave this to forget. Did you understand? Always make sure that you all revise these things again and again and again, so that you can easily keep that in your mind, right? Okay, now tell me, did you all understand this also? Any doubts out of these 8 contributions? Any doubts? Any doubts on these 8 contributions? Very good. Well understood. Okay, good. Now write down this. Right. Now we are going to classify the business, right? That means based on some factors that we are going to classify the business, right? We are going to classify the business, right? I'll explain each of these things, but now just understand, right? But now just understand, I will give some simple examples. So in this chart, I will not be discussing in detail all these things in this lesson, right? In this lesson, in the next few lessons that we are discussing in detail. But here we are just filling the chart and we are understanding, right? Okay, what are the nature of production? Nature of production, there are 3 types. One is primary production. Write down primary production. The second one is secondary production. Third one is Third one is tertiary production. Tertiary production. Right. Now understand this. For example, in a furniture manufacturing business, the first production is primary production. Primary production means from the nature, from the forest, that we have to get the wood. Did you understand? Therefore, what is primary production? We are learning that extracting the resources from nature. Forest is a part of nature. From the forest, we are extracting wood. Did you understand? From the forest, we are extracting wood, primary production. From the forest, we are extracting wood, primary production. Am I clear? What is secondary production? Now I am making the furniture. I am cutting the furniture. I am polishing the furniture. I am making the leg, right? I am attaching the parts. So like that, secondary production means whatever the resources we obtained, now we are making the product. Did you understand? We are making the product. That is our process. Secondary. What is tertiary? Now I have to sell it. Sometimes I can put it on Ikman and I can sell, right? If not, I will have to start a shop. So like that trade, that is what you call tertiary. And for example, I'm doing, so my factory is there in Moratua, but my selling place is there in Kollupitiya. So from Moratua to Kollupitiya, I have to transport my furniture. That means those comes under tertiary production. Now just understand, no need to go in detail. After this, we are learning in detail. Now you will have to just have a good idea. Primary production means extracting resources from nature. Secondary production means you are engaging in the process. You are making that. Tertiary production means finally you are selling the product. Finally, you are selling the product. Therefore, what are the three types of production? Primary production, secondary production, tertiary production. Primary production, secondary production, tertiary production. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Right? Primary, secondary, tertiary. Therefore, these are the three types of production. These are the three types of production. Right. Now, put in the chat box, did you all understand? Right. And also tell me, all the 5 people here, is it okay if I do the class from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. From next week? That means, is it okay if I make my permanent time from 4 to 6? Okay, Fahman, do you have any other classes? Oh, right, right, right. Hmm. Okay, we'll see, right? I have to consider about that. Okay. Right, right. So, okay, Mahdi, you are there only for the next 2 months, right? Somehow school. Hamdan, where is your school? Night is better, no? Yeah. Hamdan, where is your school? Zahira. Okay, Mahdi, no issues, right? Where is your school, Hamdan? Okay, Zahira. So, Zahira, not in the morning. Zahira is not in the morning. All right, okay, okay. Okay, anyways, I think the night time is fine. Right, right, no issues. Hmm. Okay. Right. Sector of production. What are the sectors? The first sector is, right, the first sector is agricultural sector. Agricultural means you, right, now you know, right, paddy cultivation. Then what are the other types of cultivation? Agriculture. Even the animal husbandry we learn in where in history, agriculture, animal husbandry, chain cultivation, all those are agriculture. Did you understand? You are cultivating. Second one is industrial sector. Industrial sector, we are learning those things, right? Industrial means like making the machineries, right? Making the chemicals. Industrial, we are going to learn those things in detail with the example. Third one is my service sector. What is service sector? You are providing a service. For example, lawyers are providing their service, doctors are providing their service, teaching is a service. This is a service, right? I am not producing any goods, I am not selling my good to you, I am doing a service. Am I clear? That means I am engaging in a service business. There are people who are doing industrial business like making the refrigerator, right? Selling the refrigerators and furniture business, industrial. But agriculture, like fishing, farming, those are agriculture. Did you understand? Fishing, farming, those are agriculture. Right. Ownership. What do you mean by ownership? There are some businesses carried out by the government. There are some businesses carried out by the government. For example, SLT Mobitel, right? SLT Mobitel, that is being carried out by the government, right? That is being carried out by the government. No one has ownership on that SLT Mobitel. But there are some businesses, for example, Dialogue, a person's business, a private ownership. That means not belongs to the government. There are people who are doing that, privately owned. Did you understand? Therefore, if the government is having an ownership, public ownership business, if the private sector, that means if the government is not having an ownership, private ownership, those are the two types of ownership. Objective. There are some businesses profit oriented, right? There are some businesses, those are profit oriented. Their main idea, their main goal is to earn profits. Did you understand? There are some businesses, their main target, their main objective is to earn the profits. Profit oriented, their main target is to earn the profit. Did you understand? There are some businesses which are non-profit motive. Non-profit motive means what? Their main target is not to earn profits. That means they are doing as a social service. Did you understand? In Sri Lanka, there are some businesses, there are organizations. Those organizations are doing business, but their main target is not earning profit. They are doing that business for the social welfare. Did you understand? For the social welfare. But there are some businesses which are profit oriented. Their main target is to, their main goal is earning profits. Therefore, what are the two types of businesses? One is profit, one is non-profit. Scale means what? There are some small businesses, not very large business. Small scale businesses are there, right? Small scale. For example, small shop, right? Small grocery shop. Only one person is there to give the items. That will be the owner most of the times. Small shop. Micro means, have you seen, so for buses some of the people come and sell you the items ratakaju, right? Unu nattang salli epa කියලා කියන්නේ. You all know that. Unu nattang salli epa ratakaju dan tambapu ratakaju. What is that ratakaju business? That is a micro business, very small. Am I clear? Very small. He's not even having a place to sell that item. He's just getting into random buses and he is selling that micro. Then what is the other one? Medium scale. Medium scale. Medium scale in the sense like, what are the businesses? We'll say a small branded shop. For example, we'll say Odell. Only few stores are there. That means only few selling places are there. Only within Colombo, medium scale. But there are some large scale businesses. For example, Cargill Food City. Everywhere in Sri Lanka, it is expanded large scale. So likewise, scale of operation means their business area is that small, micro, medium, or large. Right? Okay. Now raise your hands, those who understood this small part. Therefore, in BS, you will have to understand word by word by word. In this class, I'll be teaching word by word. Right. Fantastic. Now write down this. Right. Okay, done. Now that we are going to do the geographical coverage. There are some businesses which are there only in our Sri Lanka. Am I clear? Domestic businesses. That means we are not going to expand it to other countries. So we call that as domestic businesses. We call that as domestic businesses. That means our business area is only within Sri Lanka, right? Only within Sri Lanka. Am I clear? Only within Sri Lanka, domestic. But there are some, for example, there are some very big millionaires in Sri Lanka, billionaires in Sri Lanka. They are doing businesses in foreign countries also, right? They are owning shares in foreign countries. That means their business is being expanded to other countries also, right? Like Maldives and everything. Domestic business means only within Sri Lanka. Foreign business means it is expanded to other areas also. Did you all understand? What is the nature of the organizational structure? We are going to learn that also. There are some business called sole proprietorship. You all have done this in O levels, but there is a business lesson also, which is lesson number 4. We are learning what are the business organizations separately. Now just understand. Sole proprietorship means one person is doing. Partnership means two-person is doing that business. There are limited liability companies. We are learning what is limited liability, what is unlimited liability. Then there are some departments and corporations. We will learn what is department, what is corporation. Department, corporation mean government businesses. So now only the understanding part, and later we are learning this in detail. Nature of the market. Some of the businesses are selling retail. Retail means in a limited number. That means you will go for a bookshop and buy a pen. Retail. But there are some businesses selling wholesale in large number. That means you are a businessman and you are going for Atlas company and buying 10,000 pens. Later you can sell, right? So like that. Retail mean for your consumption. Wholesale mean in order to sell to someone. Now tell me, did you all understand? Yeah, departments and corporations mean now that you all don't have to learn when it comes to the lesson number 4 that we are learning separately. What is a department, what is a corporation, and what are the differences, everything that we are going to discuss. But at this level, that it is not supposed to understand that departments means what and corporation means like in deep. Am I clear? Later, when it comes to your lesson number 4, yeah, first term I think it is lesson number 4. When it comes to lesson number 4, that I'll be teaching. In detail that I'll be teaching. Nature of the liability. This also now just understand that I'll be teaching what is unlimited liability, what is limited. Limited liability means if your business is bankrupt, if you are in debt to others, now you don't have to pay the money. You don't have a method to pay the money. You are in debt. That means what are the steps that you are going to take? Limited or unlimited. Limited means if you are in debt, you don't have to sell your personal vehicle, houses, and settle the debt. Unlimited means if you don't have money to pay for others, when it comes to your business, if your business is bankrupt, you have to sell your personal assets. At least you have to sell those things and settle the debt. We are learning what is limited and what is unlimited. And for these, some of the businesses, liability is limited, but some of the businesses, liability is unlimited. That we are learning those things in detail. Technology. Some of the businesses are there, which is capital incentive. For example, there are some businesses fully capital. Capital means they are using machines. 100% machines. Capital incentive. 100% machines. Am I clear? Capital incentive. But there are some businesses which are labor incentive. 100% labor. Am I clear? That means people are the ones who are working, not the machine. Robotics, machines mean capital. Labor mean in that business, labor means people are the ones who are conducting the business activities. Am I clear? Right. Now, did you all understand? Raise your hands. This chart, we are discussing these things in detail. Don't worry. Did you all understand? Very good. Right. So large scale businesses, when it comes to large scale businesses, sometimes the large scale businesses can be expanded to other areas. Did you understand? When it comes to large scale businesses, sometimes the large scale businesses can be expanded to other areas. But anyways, large scale means at least it has to be expanded in our own country. Did you understand? So Cargill's Food City, it is being expanded in many parts of our country. Therefore, that is a large scale business. Did you understand? So like that. Right. Then the first part of this, which is the nature of production, we are going to discuss it next week. Am I clear? And gross value added means we are learning the sector of production. I'll be explaining what is nature of production, primary, secondary, tertiary, sector, agriculture, industrial, service. I'll be explaining with examples. Did you all understand? I'll be explaining with examples about all these types and yeah, right? So today that I'm finishing the class off within this 1 hour, and I hope that you all understood this profit resources and understand the definitions. Plus, remember these things. What are the contributions of business for an economy? Just remember these things once again. When studying BS, even what I did was, after learning one thing, you all have to write it down somewhere to check whether you all can remember. Did you understand? First, you learn all these 8 things. After that, you are, without looking at the book, you are writing. Without looking at the tute, you are writing. So you will feel like, I have forgot this part. Then again, go to the tute and understand what are the things that you have missed. Then you all can learn it. So that is the way of you are learning business studies. Then this is the way of how you classify the business: nature, sector, ownership, objective, scale, geographical coverage, nature of organization structure. So in paper they can ask you, what are the 2 categorization of the business based on nature of market? Then what is the answer? Retail, wholesale. Did you all understand? The nature of liability, technology, all of these things that we are going to discuss in this business studies in the future lessons. So with the lesson number 4, all these things will be over. That means all these doubts you will get cleared, and after lesson number 5 only, that the main parts of the business studies will come in, right? Therefore, next week that we are going to discuss this nature of production, right? Okay, so today that I'm finishing the class now. And give me a feedback. Did you all understand the today's lesson? And yeah, how was the today's class? Crystal clear, sir. Thank you. Most welcome. As usual, everything was really easy. Nice, sir. Thank you. Right. Okay. Then with this, very well understood. Thank you so much. With this, we are going to wind up the today's session. And yeah, thanks for joining.